What's good, YouTube? This is Stormy B-Man, and welcome to another Kung Fu Film Focus, where this time we are highlighting The Desperate Chase, aka Blood of the Dragon, made in 1971, starring Jimmy Wong Yu. He of one-armed boxer, one-armed swordsman, fame from the famous Shaw Brothers Studios. Jimmy Wong Yu was a contracted actor who brought in many box office dollars when he worked with Shaw Brothers. And in 1970, after making The Chinese Boxer, he broke his contract with the studio and went to Taiwan and formed an alliance with Golden Harvest Studios. Out of that came Blood of the Dragon, a film from Taiwan and made in Hong Kong, believe it or not. This film, also known, as I said, under the title The Desperate Chase, was a film where Wong again introduced a new type of hero for audiences. His main character in this film, the White Dragon, who carried a 6-foot silver spear. As he faced his adversaries in this film, he was sort of like the lone spearsman, roaming the countrysides. With extreme martial prowess, he fought for the weak. In this film, he finds himself happening across a young boy, played by Yao Long, and the young boy introduced him to a scroll that a bandit was carrying, and he was being murdered on the road, and he passed the scroll on to the boy. He said he had to get it to a official from the province. Only thing is, the official from the province was a former villain and adversary of Wong Yu's White Dragon character. He had fought in the opening scene of the film with this official's dad, and he left him beaten and loss of face. So this character, as he came across the White Dragon, he wanted revenge. And they fought, they dueled, even though the White Dragon was coming to him with information to help him as an official. He ends up stabbing the White Dragon literally in the back, causing a wound that will affect him through the rest of the film. This is one of those films where it was on a shoestring budget and made primarily out in the country and in back alley areas backdrop areas, where you see a lot of trees and shrubbery. One of the other villains, a common villain in Jimmy Wong Yu's films, was Lung Fei, seen here along with a couple of other familiar faces that have been in Jimmy Wong Yu films. The one thing about Lung Fei, he made for a great adversary on film, and he always gave a seriousness to the characters that he brought. Yao Long, who's the small kid featured in this film, celebrates the White Dragon as a hero. He's heard of his feats, and he respects him and wants him to be a mentor to him. Yao Long is also sought over by the actress Lisa Chow Chow, who has played in numerous films, martial arts, as well as dramas and comedies. Chow Chow is the head mistress of a small tea house that's in the area, and Yao Long brings the White Dragon back there for her help. As they try to nurse him, the official comes back to see the White Dragon, and Though he doesn't apologize, he's looking to find out why the White Dragon originally came to see him. This film has a very scarce plot, and it's basically centered around these guys fighting. The duels are choppy, traditional martial arts type action with swingy arms, the swords clanging, and the action is a little clumpy. Though the martial arts director of the film isn't made aware on the credits, some of this choreography is familiar from Jimmy Wong Yu's experiences in martial arts movies. We've seen this before from him. The spear that he uses it like a wedge driving, darting, stabbing, swinging type of a weapon because he's not using prowess with martial technique. It's basically like a guy who's carrying a bat or a log, sort of like Jodan Baker in Walking Tall. But that's what made Jimmy Wong Yu who he was. He was not the most skillful martial artist on screen. In fact, he didn't look like he had martial skill at all, but he was a charismatic guy, a macho man for the era, sort of like a Charles Bronson of his day. And films like Blood of the Dragon, which he made again on shoestring budgets, he churned them out by the numbers throughout the years when he was in Taiwan. This is one of his better efforts as the White Dragon character who was supreme over most others. Wandered the land, slaying, leaving men in his wake. It was always great to see Jimmy Wong Yu perform the way he did. The complete third act of this film sees nothing but bloodletting. As the battle begins at the tea house, the tea house is surrounded by hundreds of men who come to claim the White Dragon's head. The officials have found out that he helped get that scroll in the wrong hands, and they're coming for him. We get to see Jimmy Wong Yu, one man against an army with his silver spear, and he doesn't disappoint. This is one of the biggest finales that has ever been in a martial art film. I think it lasts nearly 20 minutes. The one thing that you get to see is Jimmy Wong Yu being the heroic man and taking on hundreds. He finishes the battle, but not without losing the greatest asset, his own life. He dies standing up, facing the road ahead. It's a fitting ending for the hero that he played in this film. And there were consequences behind the lives he took, so his character died. This was a great film for its time. This is Stormy B-Man. That's all I have for you at this time. Until we get a chance to see each other again, peace.